Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh dan salam sejahtera kepada para pelajar semua. Pertamanya saya nak ucapkan selamat kepada semuanya. Seperti yang kita maklum, kampus kota telah dilanda banjir semalam. Dan hari ini saya fikir elok saya laksanakan kelas secara asynchronous maksud saya, recorded video, so that you have time to manage your life. Saya percaya ada yang berjumpa saya semalam tapi tak sempat bertegur sapa. Itu yang pertama. Yang kedua, dimaklumkan juga ada pelajar yang terjejas untuk melaksanakan perniagaan. Doesn't matter, please hold on dengan yang itu dan laksanakan bila dah okey. Jadi di sini saya nampak bahawa kamu boleh laksanakan perniagaan itu mengikut masa yang sesuai. Yang penting adalah report itu dapat dilaksanakan. Jadi hari ini saya nak berbincang mengenai satu topik lagi yang kita kata continuity daripada yang sebelum itu, iaitu mengenai marketing mix. Marketing mix dalam startup ni. Okey, ini adalah rentetan daripada lecture yang lepas. Lecture yang lepas mengenai marketing for startup. Kita percaya bahawa marketing untuk startup ni sedikit berbeza. It's kind of different between startup and also growing company, whereby for startup is more or less to make yourself visible and people know about you. And definitely we are talking about product, price, promotion and place. Okay, so marketing ni refers to yang ni lah yang saya sebutkan tadi. Dan saya percaya ianya, hang on a second, I need to stop ni sekejap. Okey, maaf saya. Topik hari ini adalah mengenai operation management for business startup. I think we done with the marketing. So this is the topic for this week. So this chapter provides the basic knowledge on how to manage operation of a business startup and small businesses. It covers managing inputs, process, output that involve planning of product design, location, planning of the product design itself, location of choice and layout design, production capacity, planning and management of production schedule and cost and inventory and so on. So all in all, it's about how you're going to start with this business operation. And I would like to emphasize in this chapter that I think more or less you are interested in the conversion process of the input. Bila sebut pasal operation, sebenarnya dia merujuk kepada macam mana company itu melakukan conversion process input yang diterima daripada market lah ataupun daripada luar. Dan input ini kita percaya ianya datang daripada financial, non-financial, physical assistant ataupun premise dan sebagainya lah. Okay, the objective of this chapter are to introduce the operation management. So, I guess more or less you are quite confident that you understand and you experience before mengenai operation, tapi kita pergi rincian sikit lah mengenai ini. The second one is to discuss about the product design. The product design itself, the location and all that lah. Ni ada lagi lah. Oh, kenapa dia macam tak bergerak? Ni adalah kenapa saya punya ni tak. I guess I need to stop and share again. Okay, this is what you're going to learn. The first thing is about the location planning. Ini walaupun sekarang ni dah ada digital existence of the companies, tapi saya rasa more or less we need to know about the location and try to convert the understanding of the location to physical existence, ataupun physical, sorry, electronic location of your company or your product. Process design, sourcing of equipment and layout planning, production planning and capacity management, inventory management, quality management, and operational cost and product costing and all that. Okay. So operation management can be defined as the management of resources again, organizing and designing the transformation process. Ini disebutkan, yang saya sebut transformation, tapi in actual fact it refers to the production process to produce product and services to achieve objective of the cost, quality, time and safety. Okay. Kalau kita tengok dari segi output ni yang kita nak, iaitu you need to produce a quality product of services, you need to have a sufficient numbers. Yang ni yang kita sebut sebagai economy of scale. Kita tak nak, we don't want you to produce product that is good quality, but you don't meet up the scale of the business. Contohnya, banyak sangat produce. I don't think so. But advertly, if you produce small numbers, you cannot cope with the demand. Okay. Having said that, saya pernah jumpa dua usahawan lah yang very much passionate about their product, then quote unquote dia tak nak expand because dia kata the quantity that I'm producing right now is sufficient for my demand. If there's a more demand, I think they have to wait. So this is very important argument yang saya rasa yang kita kena fikirlah kan mengenai perkara ni tapi doesn't matter lah, yang ni hak masing-masing lah. The time of the conversion process and also the safety of the product, it's very important. Time ni kalau kita tengok, this is very related to the seasonal products or seasonal services. Contohnya festive season, Hari Raya, Chinese New Year, Deepavali and all that. So certain product, they are dependent on this time or the festive season. Okay, and definitely the safety or efficacy of the product. How efficacy of the product can boost up the reputation of the companies. Because some companies, they are tarnished, their image has been tarnished atau tercalar, image dia tercalar kerana produk dia. Habis kat sininya, people dulu really concerned about product that was produced by Vida, Datuk Vida tu, the energy drink Pamoga, and some cream, I think cream, whitening cream yang ada orang tengok ada benzene peroxide yang memang menghakis kulit. Even the Pamoga said, people said that is related to the kidney, not failure but rather than defect of kidney. Kidney akan rosak kerana kandungan gula or even certain additive, bahan aktif dalam tu merosakkan buah pinggang. So that is what we call safety or efficacy. So this is, kita tengok the flow of operation. Selalunya kita ada input, kita ada proses, kita ada output dan dia akan customer. Okay. Output ni yang dari segi produk lah, product atau services. Process is production process. Input refers to the resources that we acquire. Kita dapatkan dia untuk kita laksanakan production process itu. Then at the end of the day, more importantly is about the customers. Because customers, this is where you are actually possess your existence to the customers. Ada produk yang dia dah dilihat sebagai satu you cannot query or no doubt about the quality. Ada. So the conversion process memang smart yang tu. The conversion process including the marketing. Sebelum ni kita belajar marketing mix. This is what refers. Then definitely you can guess. My thought about this is the Apple. So Apple memang kerja dia memang make sure that the reputation and the branding of the Apple, people won't argue about the quality. So jarang sekali produk Apple ni orang quality. Malah people take it as it is. Take it as it is, whereby dia struggling, not struggle, but even racing against getting the iPhone ataupun Apple product. So that is some. So first is about the location planning. Sometimes people argue this is no longer relevant, but I think we need to have an idea, because at certain juncture you need to understand the physical existence of the location of the product, or even the digital existence. Kat mana kita nak wujud dalam dunia digital? This is also what we call it a location. Okay, it is crucial for an entrepreneur to choose the right location for his business, because good location can result in higher sales, lower operating costs, and higher profit. Definitely, this is where we want to play around with the margin of our business. Okay, for example, if we are looking for customers, location that has something to offer about the crowd, I think the higher sales, the aim here is to get a higher sales, although the operating cost is quite high. And sometimes people say that it is better to be in a shopping mall or department store, because you are guaranteed with the captive market. People go there. People will definitely go there to spend their time, and by chance or even by design, you can you can pengaruhi customer untuk masuk ke kedai kamu, masuk ke kedai business, the business premise, and try to look for something. That's why you can see nowadays, dulu orang kata kedai Iko RM RM2.20 tu is meant for not meant for high street, but in Kota Baru, I think in Ion Mall, you can see there's a store of Ion, Eco, kedai Eco ada kat situ. So this is where you see, sebelum ni kalau kita tengok the business model, macam mana produk yang RM2 yang margin is very low, dia boleh buat decision macam tu. So in a way, it could be they go there for higher sales. Okay, in general, the choice of location will depend on the following factors. Ni basic understanding. Close proximity to the customers, high number of potential customers, and high population of growth. Close proximity to the raw material and availability of good infrastructure and facilities. Okay, let's go one by one. For close proximity to the customer, we know for the fact sometimes convenient to the customer is the key element for people to buy it. Ini yang kita kena faham. If you make yourself, the business is accessible to the customer, then people will be happy. Okay, so that's where the online ataupun e-commerce platform kicks in. Okay, dia kata we can be as close as to you. So that means using your mobile phone, you can do the selection, purchase, viewing, and all that. Okay, maybe some elements are missing, tapi there's still the argument of close proximity in ni. Okay, so that is how ni. High number of potential customers and high population of growth, definitely. This is where you see what we call it, the purchasing power of the customers. Kuasa beli customer, and high population of growth if you are looking at what we call it scale of the business. Okay, potential customer ni kita kena faham macam ni. Some people are not our customers yet. Dia tak bukan jadi customer kita lagi, tapi they are willing to go there if we are there. Okay, so yang ni lah yang kita tengok Mr. DIY buat. We know they decided dulu saya perhatikan dia berada di strategic location. Bila dah brand dia dah okey, tak kisahlah kat tempat mana pun dia try to flood that. Try to banjirkan, not banjir in the sense of air, but in the sense of they are mimicking the model of 7-Eleven. Kan 7-Eleven ni dulu dekat bandar je. Nowadays, you know, dekat bandar kecil, dekat desa, or even the pekan-pekan kecil pun ada 7-Eleven. So does the Mr. DIY. Okay, so they are looking at getting a new customer into their basket. Close proximity to raw material, yeah, definitely, because you want to manage yang ni more or less kepada production. That's why kamu boleh tengok adanya tempat-tempat yang memang dia nak letak dekat warehousing, warehouse facilities, or even they declare it as an industrial zone. So availability of good infrastructure and facilities, definitely. That's how you see certain locations, even within Malaysia, industrial suka pergi ke sana, So it's crucial for sometimes availability of manpower. Ini pun satu lagi. Good visibility and good visibility and easier accessibility pun penting. Parking and everything. That is how people see. Some people say that this is not relevant, but kita tak boleh discount the experience, the customer experience in getting your product or services. Okay. Kalau saya boleh bagi, it's not for startup, but rather than very established companies. Let's say Maybank, comparative to other banks, I think Maybank is more visible. Kalau di Kelantan ni tengok mesti dia pilih location dia at the junction of main roads, for example. Dia suruh nampak benda tu. Low crime rate and availability of the facilities and services such as hospital, schools, banks and sport facility. Ini kita regarding the crowd lah. Okay, a small business. Okay, yang ni terkait dengan how you design the product and also layout of the premise. That's why ada certain, kalau kita tengok the best layout, I'm not sure the best lah, but sometimes dia ada inculcate ataupun they do a bit of analysis how the customer experience. Kalau kita boleh refer, we are referring to the McDonald's and fast food chain like KFC and all that. Memang dia ada this kind of layout planning, design and everything. So not as perfect as we could imagine, but somehow dia ada planning. Then people or business people, especially in F&B, food and beverages, inspired by this one as well. That's why they turn that into concept. Kalau kita tengok the coffee shops that is well designed, memang dia ada this element. In a small business, employing the traditional production process and product are made in a small quantity and they are normally produced to fulfill specific customer needs. So, for example, we are referring this case to micro enterprises. Micro enterprises memang dia buat small scale, mesin pun cukup-cukup je, because they want to fulfill a specific customer needs. Okay, if you got time, you can look for Espresso, one coffee shop that was started by UMK's alumni. He and his wife pun pelajar UMK, started there, dan still there. Yang ni dia small one, tapi dia nak specific customer. Boleh pergi ke Espresso, Google lah. You pergi situ, kopi dia memang sedap. Dan kalau kamu pergi tempat dia tu macam, alamak, betul ke ni? But go there. Nama by the name Faza and Jiha. Faza is the husband. Jiha, Faza is from Melaka. Jiha is Kelantanis. Boleh jumpa dia dan send regards to him, to them kalau pergi sana. Generally, the tools and the machine used are designed to perform specific accelerated tasks to help operator perform their work. Entrepreneur must choose machines that are suitable for his production in terms of quality, price, quantity, after sales and all that. So this is what we call it the ideal advice for you. For people starting business, we need to consider this. In terms of the product, the equipment are able to produce quality product or services. In terms of pricing, it's not what we call it very high cost. In terms of operation, quantity wise, they are able to produce a good quantity of product. Kalau sebelum dia overheat ataupun unable to cope with the input and all that, kita tak nak. And after sales service and maintenance. Okay, I just want to give an example. Way back in 2012, 2013, when I was doing my data collection for my PhD, I've met one guy in Bangi. He embarked on a business of producing herbs. Kan? One of it is tongkat ali lah, dia guna bahan mentah. The raw material is tongkat ali, and he is not actually producing like a normal one, like ada yang keping, lepas tu ada yang buat coffee and everything. But he decided to produce or to concentrate on ada chemicals itu, ada dia panggil compound dalam tu, yang nama urocomanon. Urocomanon, you can Google. Urocomanon is basically can be used in as a raw material ataupun as an input for making medicines. So the main customer is from Japan. Dia kena produce, dia kena pekatkan urocomanon tu, lepas tu tak dalam Tupperware, macam warna hitam, macam agak-agam macam tu. When I went there to his premise, yang dia excited cerita adalah dia punya mesin. It's very interesting. Machine apa? Dia panggil fridge drying machine. Okay, the argument is when you want to dry something, definitely sometimes you are employing heat, kepanasan. Jadi heat tu akan keringkan. Tapi yang ni dia panggil fridge drying machine. Sejuk pun akan boleh mengeringkan sesuatu. Ya, kalau tak percaya, nanti kalau ada duit, or even whoever that have been to Europe ataupun negara yang sejuk, you can feel bila pergi sana, pemulut menggagak, kulit kering dan sebagainya. So that is fridge drying technique. So dia macam dryer biasa, tapi dia kata, okay, I very dependent on this machine. It was imported from the US. Dia cerita lah, dia kata, menarik mesin ni, when I bought it, install it here by the local people, everything I need to refer to US kalau ada default. So he happy about that because he said that dia boleh troubleshoot saja menggunakan sistem. That is very important. So the layout planning and the positioning of the machine must be designed to achieve efficient process flow, safety, operation, effective and convenient control. Wow, banyak panjang statement ni. So macam mana saya nak explain? Okay, again, I would like to use McDonald as an example. You can see McDonald, nearby dekat PC ni, dekat Pekala Cepa ni ada McDonald. Sometimes saya berfikir McDonald, KFC ni, yang fast food chain ni, premis dia kecil je, very compact sebenarnya, but they able to produce a significant numbers of product, kan, dengan masa dan cepat. Then the testimony ataupun the justification behind it, you can see the design of the kitchen. Dia macam production line kan, dia swing situ, dia buat ni, dan at the end tu dia macam ada collection point. So that is what we see, the layout planning. Okay, we don't want when we do the conversion process ataupun the business process, kita kena incur more time to do it. Kita tak nak macam tu. So that is how we see the importance of the layout planning in this sense. Okay. Ini biasalah. Ini biasa. Ini saya rasa diambil from McDonald. Kita katakan the process of business process, picking up raw material from the freezer box, heating of patty and bun, placement of cooked patty, and then all that lah. Kamu pun dah tengok macam mana buat burger kan. Dan comparative to this one, kalau kamu nak tengok, saya pun suka observe, even saya suka makan juga, kampung burger. I think there's a nearby kampung burger, tapi dia tak ada standard sangat. Tapi more or less about 30 to 40% of the process inspired by the ni lah. Okay, so I think that's all for this one. But let me check kalau ada lagi yang production planning. Okay, yang ni let me pause this recording dulu. I stop the ni then I pause kejap. So tak apa, I think I urgent here sebab kita kena meet up the ni. But anyway, yang ni tolong scan your QR code. Okay, scan your QR code for your attendance today. So ni. Scan QR code untuk dapatkan ni lah. Okay. Okay guys, kalau tak ada apa-apa, I'm back your partner. Perhaps we can see each other next week. Then please sebelum apa-apa scan your QR code. Okay, until then, see you next week. Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera.